Carrier's played a ton of Pyke recently, but I also don't expect that to make it through.
Yeah, probably not going to be the pick. Is this support? What is happening? Support Rumble? No, okay, that's going to be Leona. Never mind, okay? Sometimes I trust, right? And, you know, Carrier often does things that I should trust, but that is definitely not one that I should really be leaning towards. As this Braum pick would mean Chovy's playing Lulu, or...
I mean, it could be Kog'Maw, AP
yeah, no,
Kog'Maw
that actually
well.
what it... Oh, man.
Let's wait and see, because this
Well,
is how
it's not going to be AP Kog'Maw,
no,
but where is the Lulu going? Because it could be top lane, Volibear in the jungle, and then Lee Sin mid lane for Chovy. Could be the option, and of course, T1 flexing things all over the place as well. Exactly going to be smashing you, necessarily, unless she does get a little bit of help. So we'll just have to see how this one is going to go. You know, thinking about it, you know, this is one of those comps that Halma Life Esports is built around Deft, and that has not been, you know, it's been a little while since we've been here. But of course, it's Chovy that's going to do it. When it comes to bruises being played in the mid lane, it generally is a thing that Chovy likes.
Oh, look at this path.
That was super cute.
Dodges the vision just barely. He's got the full wraparound. And now Kana could bait this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
doesn't
super
quite
hard.
have the mists at the moment, and Morgan's pretty healthy, so not going to be too worried. But we'll see whether he actually gets baited in. You can see Morgan not actually biting off more than he can chew, not being overly aggressive or anything like that as the ward goes down and he spots it.
Yeah, Morgan, I think, knows what's up. Johan is coming over.
Yeah, that was, of course, Cuz's ward. I don't know whether he necessarily knew that, as Johan's going to miss the Q.
He still hasn't technically seen him.
Yeah, right. And Morgan now going to have to run away. There's... Oh, not enough! Safeguard Shield, I don't even think managed to come in. And that's going to be first blood just basically out of nowhere.
I mean, instantly the blow-up comes through. The damage output on Gwen's Q is actually insane at this stage. Rumble gets the full Q off as well. His Flamethrower just eats through all of that health bar. And sometimes you stay just long enough that you trick him.
Well, you've got another engage coming through here. Teleport immediately as the knock-on turns coming on in. Faker looking to see what he can get done here as Vista doesn't have his flash anymore. He's trying to get out of there, but he's not going to be able to. That's Deft with the cleanse flash and does keep himself alive. Deft. Another Zenith Blade. Feels like these are free as Cuz on vision, but that Equalizer has such huge range. And with no flash, there was no way Deft was getting out.
Early, but otherwise it would have been easy peasy. Meanwhile,
yeah, Faker could be in a lot of trouble. And by could be, I mean absolutely is. Johan's going to finish it off there as Chovy tanks up the last shot. He's certainly able to do that as the big burly Volibear. And finally, Halma Life Esports are on the board. T1, though, answer immediately with a Dragon. Carrier coming on, Vista coming on over. Finds the stun onto Cuz there. Teddy was biding his time. The Johan gets in here. Chovy still with the ultimate available, but can't quite find the range. And instead, just going to go back home. Standing on a ward, as you can see. Hasn't seemed to be enough. As Johan just going to try and intercept this one, see whether T1 are going to be able to be forced away from Shelly. Looks like Halma Life Esports in position right now, but there's the paranoia. A lot of damage down onto Johan, trying to get himself out of there. There's no one dead just yet. The Wild Growth comes in as finally Canna locks down the first one of the fight, but Chovy answers back immediately. Faker's going to get stunned up as well, and Deft is going to grab one in this.
You know, you don't want to run hold that thought.
Yeah, Chovy's still wanting more as Johan diving on in. Carrier just tanking up as much as he wants to. Equalizer again, beautifully positioned from Cuz. As he finds the harpoon onto Johan. Carrier still looking for more as Canna dives on in there. That's the Wild Growth as Chovy goes in. Out again. Carrier surviving as Deft gets him with the living artillery. And Halma Life Esports will walk away with one kill. And Teddy again
He's still down there.
Is in the bottom lane.
He's still down there, and this is actually going to become somewhat of a problem, right? I mean, he's getting so much free gold. It's actually insane.
It was also such a close fight as well, and then you look at the minimap and you're like, oh.
But then also, not only is Teddy going to get this turret, look at where...
Yeah, it's not quite, you know, Fiora status or anything like that. As Carrier good out of position, Solar Flare's going to come in. He's going to buy a lot of time there as the Lee Sin will be able to take down the kill. Living Artillery, not quite enough as Teleport comes in from Chovy as well. Paranoia. In these kind of moments, it is so incredibly powerful. True Shot Barrage not going to be collected by Vista this time, but not any champions either. as it should be a 50-50. T1 in great position right now. There was an equalizer again. Beautifully done. It's Ezreal that locks down the Drake somehow as Chovy once again has to ult out of the fight. Will teleport after another wild growth as Death finds himself frontlining, but is going to survive for the moment. That Mystic shot is absolutely terrifying, and he's got everyone down to 100 health. But HLE Esports will be able to walk away.
They walk away with their lives, but they don't walk away with the Drake. They lose control of the team fight yet again.
Whoa, we're back into a lot of aggression. The Kog'Maw's dead, Lee Sin's dead, Fist is dead. That's the double kill for Cuz. Not sure entirely how that one happened, but it is now 7-5 in favor of T1. The jungle is down, the bottom lane's down, and that could just mean that the Baron will follow.
It is definitely going to follow. I actually made a note of this earlier because I thought it might become relevant in the series. I didn't know if Ezreal was going to be available, but Teddy's solo queue name right now is Mystic Shot. Literally Mystic Shot in solo queue at the moment. So it just feels like it all goes full circle right now. Atlas is it's going to be a Baron play. This game, even though it's only a 2-kill lead for T1, they have had so much control over the map. They've had so much control over the objective that the kill score just simply doesn't matter. And this is such a nice engage here. The follow-up True Shot Barrage. Baker ults in, and it's just as easy as that.
Cuz has only had fantastic equalizers.
Yep. I mean, look at the synergy. Look at the wind-up here for the team fight. Everybody's on the same page. And you see Faker just ults in, and it's super easy to clear it up. They go straight to Baron.
Yep. And presses tab a whole bunch of times as well. Ripping apart the map and not really giving them the opportunity. As there's the Paranoia to finish off the kill on the Lee Sin. Chovy again ults out to safety. I mean, that is at the detriment of his jungler.
This comp is just steamrolling now. I mean, the thing is, they don't even have to play the side lanes anymore. They're actually just kind of rolling with the punches. They're rolling forward with the punches, actually.
You know, and look, it was funny business in the draft on both sides. You know, like there was so much flexing going on, and maybe this is HLE Esports, you know, trying a little bit harder than they'd like. However, they might find themselves a 5v5 here. Carrier goes on in towards the backline. Another equalizer. This one not as fantastic as Paranoia gets towards the backline. Faker has to ult out as Canna has just ripped apart the front line, and Teddy's there for the tidy up. It's a double kill for Canna, and the Acathian surprise for Carrier, of course. This is the big flank.
Okay, Chovy, it's all up to you.
Let's see what he can actually get done here. Deft is almost dead before the fight has even begun as Carrier is beelining towards him. There's the equalizer. It's not going to find Deft as Vista's already dead, but it's just an afterthought at this stage. They kill the Kog'Maw, they win the team fight, and now Chovy, he was just too far away from the rest of his team, trying to outthink the unouthinkable. I think that was enough negatives. Yep, I think I nailed it. Now he's still trying to get away here. As Carrier will find himself a stun. Chovy misses the ult over the wall, and I feel like that might be the one true carry on HLE Esports is without a flash and without a hope of really being able to stave off the almost infinite dive that T1 has available to them.
One more chance here on HLE Esports, but Kana's ready to fight.
Oh no, Carrier finds another one. They seem to be heat-seeking, these Zenith Blades. As with the Kog'Maw down, there is no way that this is going to work for HLE. Chovy's going to try as best he can. Johan goes golden. He may... No, he won't. That's the last tick of Ignite. It's all too easy as Canna in the end locks down the double kill. This is going to be a march up the mid lane as T1 look to secure the first game of the Summer Split 2021 in pretty emphatic fashion.
And I can hear the fans cheer, I can hear the clapping, the screams of the T1 fans. It's been a long time since they've been able to cheer for these players. It's the first time Carrier has people cheer for him in a live audience.
And Canna, the first time for both of them to ever play offline in front of a live audience in the LCK.
Yeah, it's crazy.
HLE Esports can never actually get control of the map.
Especially when
it's so hard.
When Teddy gets that kind of a lead from being left alone in these objective fights so many times. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it.
It's a possibility.
You know, we have seen it played.
Might not be a good one.
Zoe going to be a lot more long range. I mean, this composition has so much poke. I mean, you can poke with Varus from far away. The range is great from Rumble's Equalizer. You have Nocturne who can engage from a very, very far away distance. And, okay, final pick here. Are they going to go down the split push path? I mean, there's a lot of different ways to play this. You could Twisted Fate here. No way are they actually going to do it. I feel like Dane just gave the thumbs up, so it's definitely possible.
Oh my god.
This just feels like a tease.
I'm so ready. Okay, no, instead it's going to be likely to be Cuz on this Diana. We saw Diana actually considered a couple of times. Better than the Lee Sin matchup into Zoe? We'll just have to see how this one's going to go. Maybe we'll have some solo lane shenanigans on the T1 side. It could certainly be a possibility.
Faker just wants 68, so...
I think he's, hasn't he already played Lee Sin? I think he might have.
I actually don't know.
Because there was a brief moment in time where Lee Sin mid lane was just completely broken. And might have been.
It might have been
a thing that he'd done.
Yeah, it might
But
be.
I don't really know. Maybe it is going to be 68. I'm sure we'll get the graphic.
Yeah, if it is. If it isn't, then we won't, and we'll know. I think. This is pretty nuts. So,
lying in wait. This time just waiting to lock down Morgan. Okay, that's going to be Facebreaker, and I think he's just dead. No opportunity to even flash out of that one. As Cuz is going to be able to lock down first blood. Solo kill possibly for Chovy. Takes a turret shot but gets the flash.
It's a really nice flash timing there from Faker. Last possible second, gets away. So it's a success, but it's not as big as a success as the top lane gank ended up being.
Oh no.
And look at this. Johan's down here, but Carry and Teddy are just still sitting pretty in the bot side of the map. Like 2v3, okay, spend more time here.
Okay, wow, Vista actually still just going to decide to go in. Teddy burning down with the Ignite. Carrier now trying to walk away. Still has Flash available, though. The stun comes in as Canna gets the two-man Facebreaker. It feels like the teleports are just perfectly unlocked for T1 this series.
Oh, no.
And they're looking for even more. The stun's going to come in. They even had a ward there in preparation as Teddy. They're going to try and see what they can do here with a lot more of a damage profile. However, they're just losing here on the bottom side of the map. Cuz moving himself towards this bottom lane.
They cleared vision. They know there's no vision. Cuz has still not been seen. Okay, he is now.
Definitely now, yep. As he dives on forward, and I just don't know whether it's going to be enough. Moonfall comes down, and I think Vista is just dead. The flash on forward. Deft is going to flash to answer. And Cuz looks like he knew that he wasn't going to be able to take enough turret shots. That's a nice sidestep. And Vista just continuing to walk the same direction as that particular Juke. Liked it a lot. Deft still walking on forward now, but they are able to take down this Leona. Equalizer clears out the minions, but isn't able to grab the kills. That was a cute little flash over, but it's just not going to be able to be enough.
Feels like Hanwha Life Esports are just one step behind, you know, in terms of what they're able to accomplish map-wise here. They're trying to match these rotations. They're trying to punish the same way T1 did just moments ago, and they're unsuccessful in doing so. Yeah, this could have been worse for Hanwha Life Esports, but they commit the Rumble to follow-up, the flash forward, and that's just painful. As we'll watch this one more time. See, it's actually really well handled by Hanwha Life. Like, Vista gets the stun here. You already, like, Vista doesn't have flash. Deft has used his flash, so you don't gain that much from taking Teddy's away.
This is somewhat bold from T1 as, okay, Rift Herald down very, very low. Johan does secure it, but there's the kickback. Faker making the plays as Leona, the first one to go down. Morgan diving into the backline. The equalizer is good, but it's too late. It's a double kill for the man in the mid lane. And Deft is able to lock one down at the back, but it's not going to be enough. And they just know everything, right? Because all of the vision is there. Look at that cheeky control ward down the bottom side.
Meanwhile,
Cuz is making his way in. Okay, flashes out of the way. Not sure whether it's going to be enough. At least the Dawning Shadow misses. Can Morgan find the kill? The answer is absolutely not. Cuz says calculated.
And he's going to get slept again, but Teddy's here, so...
I mean, maybe it's the perfect time for a nap.
Yeah.
You know, as the exhaust comes down, they're committing onto Johan, who flashes at the last second. I like that one. Solar Flare. Vista going to flash as well. And there is a Rift Herald making her way down the bottom side of the map. We'll see whether she can actually get towards the charge. The equalizer's good. The Devour's even better, though, as Carrier spits Teddy out. He flashes. The Ignite ticks down and isn't going to be enough, and the double flashes will get T1 to safety. Chovy bounces. How did that? That was ridiculous, and I have no idea how that one missed. As there it is, finally, a kill does go down. As the Abyssal Voyage will get the rest of them to safety, and Shelly will get a charge. There is at least that.
Okay, they were able to turn this off, but T1 almost not only prevented Shelly from getting a charge, but also almost got out with all of their lives while Faker crashed waves into turret. But they don't get away with everything there. They need more of these moments, and that took everything they had.
Oh dear. Carrier in a whole host of trouble. Hanwha Life Esports have resorted to setting up gank brushes. Cloud Drake down to about half health here, but Harmalife Esports in position to try and fight it. Chovy only just getting his way over as there's the paranoia. Solar Flare finds absolutely no joy whatsoever, but it's a good equalizer as Morgan dives into the backline. Everyone going golden where they can. The kickback from Faker was fantastic, and the Varus is taken. Double kill for Teddy as he cleans up the bottom lane. It is an Infernal Soul, but I don't think that's the most important part because Johan, he's running for his life on the wrong side of the map. And it feels like T1 have already got this one tied up. And so T1 walks out after all of the ultimate suppressed, and then they find themselves exactly what they want afterwards. Yeah, Johan's dead, real dead.
And I don't even want to oversimplify this in terms of the draft, too, because, like, yeah, the draft could have been different. It could have been arguably better for Harmalife Esports, but the early game play was just by far better for T1. They were one step ahead. They handled the aggression really well. Several great ganks from Cuz.
Yeah.
And they snowballed an early lead extremely well. You know, like what we didn't see Credit Freon do with a similar comp themselves, actually, in that second series. They were still able to win the game, but T1 just grabbed this game by the horns. They had full control from start to finish. And Harmalife Esports tried to match. They tried to kind of brute force their way into a bottom gank. It didn't work out. Ended up losing kills there. Control wards blocking out anything. They can't see. They have to go in blind like this with Chovy's teleports.
Well, Vista, he's going to flash on forward. There's going to be a flash out immediately from Teddy, though, as he just goes into the mists. And now, Harmalife Esports, have they overcommitted? Chovy trying to walk out. Vista not going to be so lucky as he looks to try and get out. Baker's going to lock down that kill. As now Canna with the hugest shield ever just chasing Morgan out. It is going to be a decent piercing arrow as Carrier comes on forward with the Lickitung, as you so beautifully put. And he's just going to be swept up. That's a triple for Faker's Lee Sin. Canna's still hunting Morgan, but it looks like T1 are going to turn their eyes towards this Baron as Chovy, he's trying to tidy up the mess that was made in the mid lane.
Yeah, Morgan is going to try
well,
to
that sidestep was actually kind of cute if it was on purpose. Faker looking for the unofficial Quadra as he is going to get a little bit scared, and Canna says, don't worry, mate, I'll tidy this one up.
Yeah, the inhibitor's down. There's a little bit of pressure even in the main base right now as T1 will clean up this Baron, but
the Brambleback now being taken as there's the Paranoia looking for a bit of a fight here onto Canna as Johan walks into an Abyssal Voyage, and yeah, he puts down the equalizer, but that's just Pineapples standing in a row. That is not doing enough damage whatsoever.
And can you blame Morgan for being so passive throughout the mid-game in this game when he's so far behind? And when you do try to make those plays, when you do try to paranoia in, everybody jumps on top of you like you're a bleeding fish and they're a bunch of piranhas. I mean,
yeah.
T1 just crush him instantly. He has to back
that was a lot of damage. That was a Dawning Shadow just to soften up the members of Harmalife Esports, and it's done exactly that. Underneath Nexus turrets now as Morgan goes golden. Teddy's going to be able to lock down the kill on his opposite number 3 already. As Chovy, the last man standing. Morgan, I believe, actually fell down there as well, so make that one 4. I told a lie. Nope, never mind. Just respawning is Johan. And T1, oh, Baker on the fountain will be taken down, but the Nexus will follow suit, and a very convincing 2-0.
It's about the secured kills and the control over the map that we saw from T1. That's where the real win happens in this game.
Yeah, and of course, like, you have to add the Varus tax, right? Like, is there ever a game that Varus is in that he doesn't top damage? Just because you are so capable of endlessly dishing it out, but it's inconsequential.